The idea for the coloring book started last December during Christmas time because I wanted to make something like personal from Richmond for a nephew of mine. And the idea of a coloring book came about because they were really popular at that time. So I just jumped on that, and that was kind of my goal for the month of December. It was to make this coloring book. And as I went into it, I realized that that I could get really detailed with it, that I could really focus on the places that I loved about Richmond, and I started asking larger questions of like, what does it mean to love the city and see it, um, and my whole curation process of like how to choose which places I chose were very much influenced by wanting to bring light to or awareness to other parts of the city that maybe a VCU student didn't know about, or um, like my nephew or his parents wouldn't know. So that spread into January when, so I printed off the coloring book as like a mock-up for a Christmas gift, and was inspired to keep on working on it. So I turned it into an assignment spring semester, and just dedicated all my time in that one class to working on this book. Um, and when it came time to turn it in the final, I had already been looking into self-publishing this book and seeing if there would be a market for it in Richmond. So I went to like small shops and gift stores and asked my own friends if they would want it. So I collected interest and then looked into self-publishing and published it in June, and it hit Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com in July, and then started selling in stores in August. So it's just been picking up speed, and now that we're almost in December, it's kind of like full circle. Like stores are coming to me asking for it as Christmas gifts to sell in their stores. So yeah, that's the whole process. I've gotten a lot of questions of how I chose what places that I included in the book. And I sometimes jokingly just say like, oh, I just chose my favorite places. But I take that statement more seriously now, in that like these are places that I've gone to that I really enjoy. But I was also aware of my place in Richmond at VCU. It's a very like small pocket of the city. So when I thought about, um, do I want this book to be So the idea for the book started last December when I was wanting to make a Christmas gift for my 5-year-old nephew. So I decided a Richmond coloring book would be fun. Coloring books are in. Why not? Come January, I realized I really wanted to develop this more. I saw the value in it. So in my studio class at VCU, I turned it into an independent project and just focused that whole semester on working on it with the mentorship of a professor and different classmates. And it just kind of snowballed from there. I self-published it in May and started selling it online on Amazon and Barnes & Noble in June, and then in stores in Richmond in July. So now, as I'm starting my senior year, or already in my senior year at VCU, it's really just turned into this freelance project. I have a small business on the side. It's selling in 3 places in Richmond. And as we're gearing up for Christmas, more and more copies of the book are going onto shelves, and yeah.
Talk about the pocket of Richmond.
It just being the nature of being a student in Richmond. There's the campus, but it's fully integrated into the city. but still is a pocket of students in the city. So when I approached including like coffee shops or places outside the Fan, which is the part of Richmond closest to VCU campus, I really started pondering questions of like, what does it look like to love the city? What does it look like to see and share the city with those who may not see it? So I started thinking about my favorite coffee shops in Church Hill, and WPA is a bakery over there. Captain Buzzy's is a coffee shop over there. And then I included Sugar Shack, which is the donut place everyone knows and loves. So I really just wanted to include places that I enjoyed, but also places that maybe a VCU student doesn't frequent regularly. So, yeah.
Cool. Did you already talk in this section about why you chose? Yeah,
Yes.
talk about that.
I already did.
About how they're not like your favorite spots. They're just like.
I think I spoke on that, yeah.
Let's
Is it the best thing you've ever done?
Is this the best thing I've ever
No,
done?
don't say that.
I don't know. You tell me.
Favorite. Is this my favorite?
I'm not sure if I can say that this is my favorite thing that I've ever created, although I am very satisfied with it. I don't know how to phrase it.
Don't laugh. Come on,
Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't know if this is my favorite project, but
Okay.
it's the one I'm most satisfied with.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is my favorite project, but it's the one I'm most satisfied with. I would say that there's something really valuable to me in making something that you can hold, something that's tangible, and something that you can see others working with. So, yeah.
Okay. Just for audio's sake, can you name
Audio.
the shops? Just like I've chose this. Sorry. I want you to say the ones that you. I went to. I think we went to Diversity Thrift, Sugar Shack, and Lamplighter. Can you talk
Okay.
about those three?
Sure. So I included Lamplighter Coffee, which is...
Can you start over? I was walking.
Okay. So I included Lamplighter Coffee Company, which is a local coffee company. They roast their own beans in Richmond. They have 3 locations, and it's really popular. So I chose it because not only do I go there, maybe once a week or every few weeks, but it's really well known, and it's very much a Richmond icon. Very hip too. Diversity Thrift really has a presence in the outer part of the city, just as being an inclusive organization where a lot of their income goes into donating into the LGBTQ community, and they just have a presence there. Also, great selection in furniture. So, what other place? Sugar Shack. Oh. Sugar Shack. Is just really well known, really delicious. They have awesome vegan donuts, and just have grown so much over the last couple years in the city. They're a really small shop, but they have locations in other cities in Virginia. So it's kind of Richmond pride right there. So.
And then, since I went to Chop Suey, and I think I took pictures there, you could say something about like how you met the owner, or like what you think about the store, why you chose to sell there.
So Chop Suey is located in Carytown, in Richmond, which is Carytown is just a strip of stores and restaurants. It's a great place to shop. And Chop Suey Books is just kind of an eclectic store, and I reached out to them, figuring that they would support the coloring book, and not only did they do that, but with enthusiasm. And Ward, who is the owner of the store, is a really great guy, and I've gotten to know them a little bit. Yeah, and they're selling the book there.
Okay, show the camera the front.
I colored it myself.
Really?
Yes.
Talk about your icon. I mean, your picture at the back, like your biographical.
My bio picture. I don't know if you can see it. This actually, I have it in my sketchbook. I can show you, but I don't know. I just was doodling in my sketchbook and decided to draw a cartoon version of myself. So I've started putting this icon or logo everywhere, in the front of my sketchbooks, on my Instagram feed, and I've just kind of embraced it as this is me, wearing a turtleneck, looking as if I own the place wherever I go. So, yeah.
I like it. Okay, last bit. Okay, future.
Is it still recording?
Yes. I think
Okay.
so. Future plans for the book, or projects, whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. Moving forward, I would love to see the book in more stores in the city. When I first published it, I reached out to all the places that I included, and gave them a free copy of the book. So they are definitely interested, and I could see this expanding to more than 3 locations. There has been talk, I've been talking about doing another book, like a part 2, but that's still in works. Stay tuned.
Okay. Well,
Over and out. The idea for the book started last December when I wanted to make a Christmas gift for my nephew. He's about 5. So I decided to make a Richmond coloring book. Fast forward to January, I wanted to develop the idea further. So in my class at VCU, I turned it into an assignment for an independent project, and just devoted the semester to working on it and developing it and working with a professor and classmates to get feedback. And at the end of the semester, I decided I really wanted to just self-publish this book and see how it did. So in June, I published it. It made its way to Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. And in July, it started selling in stores in the city. So this semester, as I'm approaching the end of my college career as a senior, I'm just looking at this as more of a freelance project. So the book is selling in 3 locations in Richmond, and just being a student and a freelancer, that in and of itself is kind of a juggling game, trying to balance everything. But I've gotten a lot of great feedback from the stores, and they're wanting to stock up for December and Christmas gifts.